he's under a ton of pressure in my mind, because in my mind, I'm like, if Dak Prescott doesn't have a great season, I'm finished with him. I want to start over. I'm finished in believing there's any chance that he's going to take them where they need to go, especially if he gets hurt again.
Yo, it's JB the Cowboy fan, and yes, sir, I'm back with another one. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Shout out to my subscribers. Yes, sir, I appreciate y'all. Yes, sir. Shout out to my new subscribers. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. Well, I'm creeping, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna get there before the season starts. And it's thanks to y'all that subscribing to the channel. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all support. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know how we do. Right into this one right here. So I looked at I saw Shan and Bobby built on goddamn 105.3 The Fed, bro. And they was giving their I guess they top 10 or whatever about which Dallas Cowboy players under the most pressure. They talked about Dak Prescott, Schottenheimer. They talk about offensive line with Terrence Steele and Tyler Guyton. They talk about is Pickens under a lot of pressure. You know, different players who they thought might have been under pressure. But to me, you know who I thought was under the most pressure and who they talked about was Dak Prescott. Yeah, because I know he's under the most pressure. But let's get right into this video.
The great Bobby Belt.
Bobby Belt is an idiot.
Don't make me take off my belt.
Don't make me take out my belt.
We're not.
Over to you, Bobby.
Which Cowboys are under the most pressure, and what even is pressure? Because there are apparently different definitions of it, as Choppy and I found out on Friday. Let's talk about it here below the belt, which is sponsored by D&M Leasing. You can check them out at dmautoleasing.com. So, Sean, late last week, we weren't even doing a pressure segment. We were talking about an NFC East roundtable discussion that had happened on ESPN, and it ended up kind of taking a detour onto the topic of Dak and the amount of pressure that he's under this year. And Choppy and I were disagreeing on it, and one of us, I won't say who, feels like he is not under much pressure at all this year relative to other years, and the other one of us felt like he's under some of the most intense pressure he's been under in his entire career.
Well, look, it all depends how you define the pressure. He's under a ton of pressure in my mind, because in my mind, I'm like, if Dak Prescott doesn't have a great season, I'm finished with him. I want to start over. I'm finished in believing there's any chance that he's going to take them where they need to go, especially if he gets hurt again. Mm-hmm. That's my mind. Are the Dallas Cowboys, if they go 7-10, is Dak Prescott going to lose his job? The answer is no, because of the contract. Also,
I kind of agree with him on that point. Yeah. Just because he got the contract, and if he plays poorly, he's still going to get one more year. But I do think that the Joneses will take it real seriously about a replacement at the quarterback position. I ain't talking about no backup with goddamn Joe Milton and Will Greer, because I think Joe Milton not ready to play. And I heard what Cam Newton was. I made a video about this, what he was saying, and I know at one point he was speaking about Joe Milton coming in, but to me, that wasn't a threat bringing Joe Milton in for Dak Prescott. That wasn't a threat. I don't think that was not a threat in no way, shape, or form, because it's going to take time for Joe Milton to get up to speed. As far as the offense, as far as his, you know what I'm saying, bringing his game up to another level. They still working on his accuracy and his anticipation, just like Dak. But he's a younger QB. Dak in his 10th season still got a problem with it. So, yeah, I do agree with him on that point.
So because they're not going to use a first-round pick, I don't believe that the Cowboys would draft a quarterback. in the first round. That's my opinion.
So we'd split over this. I had said that I think that this is about as intense of pressure as Dak can be under right now.
Like he's got the most pressure in the division, I believe.
I think he has the most pressure internally put on by himself this year. I think he's got the most pressure in terms of where he's at in his career. And dude, it's got to start happening at some point. He's under pressure in terms of being able to stay healthy, like you were just talking about.
Right.
And the other aspect of this is because Choppy's contention was the only person really under pressure this year is Schottenheimer. And to me, because it's like, it's him. And then he's got to be the one to change minds. To me, if you've got Schottenheimer under pressure, Dak lobbied for that. And Dak, I think, is under pressure as an evaluator of the coach. Dak is under pressure as an ability to stay healthy, an ability to lead this team, and an ability for the front office to say, like, are you going to be able to do this?
I agree totally with what he just said. Because Dak did vouch. He did vouch for Schottenheimer. Just like he vouched for Mike McCarthy. Same thing down, I think. Jason Garrett was already here, but he vouched for Schottenheimer. But I wonder who they're going to blame if this season will come out where it's supposed to be. Or what they think how it's supposed to come out. 13 wins and shit. Going deep in the playoffs.
I think he's capable of doing it, but I think there's absolutely pressure there too. This year is going to determine a lot in a number of areas.
I don't think anyone else besides you, and it's not an insult to you, you're a Cowboys insider for some reason.
Genius.
No one else knows or thinks, well,
I disagree. My bad. Let me let him finish.
that's Dak's head coaching pick.
So again, that's
you know what I mean?
No, because that's what he was saying. I'll take it back a little bit. But he disagreed with Bobby about
no one else knows or thinks, well, that's Dak's head coaching pick.
So again,
that's
you know
not
what I mean?
true.
That's where
But that's not true. A lot of people think that. A lot of people believe that Dak, and I mean, not believe it. He said it. Dak has said it. He in plenty of press conferences, he said that everything that Schottenheimer was doing, and even when they brought Schottenheimer on, he spoke up for Schottenheimer. So I think Bobby he's correct. I don't know what Sean thinking about, but yeah, he is correct. This is all on Dak.
That's where Choppy and I were splitting. Choppy was looking at it from what are outside narratives. I was looking at it from this is the most pressure on him from the front office of this was your guy. So you need to show us.
Who's the highest paid player in the National Football League per year?
Dak Prescott.
That is a problem for Dak.
Mm.
Perception-wise, it's not a problem for him in his wallet.
It's not, it's not a problem for his wallet because he paid. But when you step on that field and you're the highest paid player, and he spoke up about resetting the market, or setting the standard for other quarterbacks to follow and to get paid higher, and shit. None of that has happened. The last 4 or 5 quarterbacks who got new contracts are still under Dak Prescott's contract. They didn't take higher money. They worked out a deal with their team to damn near to basically not have a contract that was gonna mess up their cap so they can lose players. Y'all seen my video about what Jalen Hurts agent did for him. Yeah, she she got that business done.
I think it will hurt Dak that no one has leapfrogged him the way the Cowboys probably anticipated.
Yep.
He'd be third. Oh my God, look, he's already fifth.
Yep.
He's already dropped down to 7th on the highest paid player list. It was smart to get out front. No one has topped it. That is going to continue to be brought up on this show and all the other shows until someone does. So that's another pressure point. He's still the top paid player in the National Football League at $60 million.
Okay, so let's take a look.
And then you always have the usual easy.
I'm gonna stop it right there. Y'all can go look at this in the entirety on 105.3 The Fan with Bobby Bell and Sean. I don't know what the other two guys at RJ and I forgot the other guy's name, but yeah, y'all can check this out. Check the whole video out. But my main thing is what they were saying about Dak, and both of them basically saying, "This is it, Dak. This is it." Let me see if I can catch what Sean
where
was
they
saying.
need to go, especially if he gets hurt again.
Mhm.
That's my mind.
Relative to other years. And the other one of us
Play that again.
felt like he's under some of the most intense pressure he's been under in his entire career.
Well, look, it all depends how you define the pressure. He's under a ton of pressure in my mind because in my mind, I'm like, if Dak Prescott doesn't have a great season, I'm finished with him.
Finish him. Not just your mind, Sean, a lot of people's mind, and definitely mine. I've been done with him though. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are starting to see that Dak, bro, your time is up, bro. Now you done got all these weapons around you, especially that wide receiver with these Dak fanboy slurpees, what they've been whining and crying about. You got to have another number one at the wide receiver 2 spot. So you got 2 number ones now. No more excuses.
I want to start over. I'm finished in believing there's any chance that he's going to take them where they need to go, especially if he gets hurt again.
Mm-hmm.
That's my mind.
That's it right there. Tired of this shit. So y'all go holler at Shan and Bobby, because they both have the same sentiments as I and others. People are starting to see this guy as a fraud. Bottom line, people are starting to see this guy as a fraud. Yo, this is JB the Cowboy fan. I appreciate y'all for listening to me. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go, Cowboy.
I'll tell you this. If there's a human breathing that I've ever met that I'm proud that took advantage of me financially, I'm proud it's the one sitting to the right. And Dak.
More people get to look at our brand and get to look at us, which at the end of the day benefits all of us. So